Hello everyone, myself Nitish Vidyarthi, working as a manager BRIM CM. My focus is on the CM delivery for the Mobolution. Today I would like to welcome you all for the SAP CM 101 webinar session. Let's start with the today's agenda. The agenda will be followed by the introduction, business benefits, and the conversion mediation in the BRIM architecture, one simple business use case, and why we choose the Mobolution. Okay, let's start with the introduction. So let's talk about the conversion mediation. What about the conversion mediation introduction is? So the conversion mediation normally uh, work as an intermediate between the source to destination system. Data from the various sources will be combined into the single product that comes into the conversion part. And when we talk about the mediation, again, the mediation comes as a third party or the intermediate system where the source and destination system can have a different type of format, and mediation can support them to passing the UDR or CDR based on the need. So here, if we talk about the conversion, the data from various sources will be combined into the single product. That could be one of the conversion can mediation can do, and convert the collected data into the format required by the destination system and sends the formatted data to the destination system. That could be the another part which comes in the conversion. Now, when we talk about the mediation, mediation is purely an intermediate system which collects the UDR from the source system, pass to the destination system based on the business need. So the UDR can also be called as a CDR based on the call detail record, and it could be the different type of usage record. So come to the history for SAP Convergent Mediation. So SAP Convergent Mediation was developed by the digital route, introduced driven by the customer demanded and the technology trained solutions. SAP CM is a third-party tool as this was developed by the digital route. And before 2016, the SAP CM was known as a mediation tool digital route, which was widely used into the telecom side. Now talk about the CM in SAP. So now we can think through about why we need CM in the SAP. Also how the CM can help you to change the game. So let's take an example of any of the business which have a large data. So for an example, let's take an example of the network, any of the network provider, like it could be the Vodafone, it could be any of the network provider, which has a large number of millions of records which is processing. And the problem, the why CM is needed into SAP, it is based consumption based business model. It will allow you to track the consumption data. Also, it will also allow the organization to track their revenue. Since the millions of data will be huge for the processing, so it will be very difficult to track all the transaction based on the usage. But the SAP CM will allow you to track all the input output usage based on the need. Now talk about how can the SAP CM help to change the game for the SAP and other BRIM concepts. So the SAP CM provide you to manage the high challenging data. So for example, the bill of the customers, even the high value of data which is processed by any of the party or any of the process. So SAP CM can allow you to basically manage that data here and there. Also, SAP CM provides a barrier which needs to protect protect your financial system. So it means whenever you are doing any kind of large processing, you need to understand how much records are coming and how much records are going to the destination system, which will be directly impacting on your financial system. Also, SAP CM allow you to control and track the high volume data. If you want to track any of the data in any point of time, you can use SAP CM and you can basically track all the high volume data to the SAP CM. Some of the key features for the SAP CM would be it is easy to identification and reduction for the revenue leakage. It will also provide you the ability to take data from the system and turn into the different format or turn into the record for the billing. Also, it simplify your consumption based commerce business as well. So I would like to more talk about some of the business benefit with respect to the SAP CM. We can take some of the examples of the banking system. So banking system has a huge data because on the day wise there is many of the transaction is happening, the million of transaction per day. So SAP CM can help to basically achieve and control and visibility into your billing and revenue data. So again, if you want to have a tracking of your data, how many records coming to the project or to the BRIM project, and how many records are going to the destination system, you can use the SAP CM to provide you that functionality. Also, SAP CM basically will help you to unlock the new usage-based business model. So, for an example, if you are having the banking system, if you are tracking all your account transaction, tomorrow you can use the similar kind of functionality to track your credit card transaction, also the tracking for your digital account transaction as well. Similarly, SAP CM providing you the encryption of the data. So nowadays, the biggest challenge for the organization, even for the user, is to encrypt their data because they don't want to have lose their confidential data to any party. So there, the SAP system will help you to provide the encryption of the data, and once it is encrypted, only through the encryption key, the end party is going to decrypt that data for their use. Also, SAP CM also help you to processing any type of usage data. So when we say any type of usage data, there is no limitation. The SAP CM can only process the telecom data. No, SAP CM can help you in any of the domain. Wherever if you do the automation through the SAP CM, it eliminates the manual error as well. Also, SAP CM simplify your complex billing environment. So nowadays, it depends upon the billing environment how it is configured. But through the BRIM and SAP CM, it will allow you to simplify your complex billing environment so that it will be always easy to change or adopt the new technology if you have a simplify the billing environment. Also, SAP CM basically provide you the hybrid deployment. So it could be the cloud access. Based on the cloud access, you can access the SAP CM and you can do the deployment. Or it could be your on-premises installation system as well, which can be installed restricted to your local domain and which can be accessible by your only the local SAP expertise. Let's talk about the convergent mediation in the BRIM architecture, where it fits and what is the basically use of the CM into the BRIM architecture. So we have just tried to show here the simplify operation for the BRIM, and the boxes which is in green will more talk about that because we are focusing on the convergent mediation in BRIM architecture here. So we can take some example like if you are having the 5G data, you might be using the 5G data through your mobile, tablet, or through your laptop. So whenever you use, it comes as a customer device. It creates a usage at the backend. Then now CM either pick that usage or the network element push that usage toward the CM. Now the CM responsibility is to collect those raw usage. If there is a auditing, perform the auditing and convert that raw usage into the CC readable format, whatever the CC need into that format, and sends for the rating and charging to the CC. Now in this architecture, we'll more talk about CM. So CM can do any kind of processing in between as well. So once it is collected the raw usage from the network element, it's not only the passing the raw usage to CC. In between, it can have any kind of lookups or any kind of processing, whatever it is needed based on the need of the business. So this is the convergent mediation in the BRIM architecture, how it fits into the BRIM architecture and how it is defining the CM processes or what the CM can do during the BRIM project. Let's take an example of one of the business use case where user is going to buy any service with the service provider. So for an example here, we can take an example for the Amazon Prime. So whenever you purchase the subscription, one is your subscription account will be created and you consider as an active subscriber, which is all does by your SOM acquired data. And similarly, once you do any order or once you start streaming any of the web series or the movies, right? So it creates the usage record as well at the backend. So that usage record also will flow through the BRIM project or through the network elements. That usage records come to the SOM. SOM will acquire the data, it create a business partner or it create a subscription account. Once it is created the business partner, the normal users come to CM and then it will be flow to CCCI and SOM accordingly. Uh, let's talk about one more business use case where the user has purchased a plan with unlimited voice call, SMS, and data. So when user purchase, definitely the data will be replicated to SOM because SOM creates a subscription and the business partner. CM responsibility will be to collect and convert data to read for the destination system whenever the usage record generated. CC responsibility will be the plan, the record to be charged and rated, and CI responsibility will be to generate the invoice. So here let's talk about this particular scenario where the user has start making the calls to his or her family and friends. Even the user has start sending a SMS, MMS, and even some of the data access as well. So as soon as the user start at the backend into the network element, the raw usage will be created for voice, MMS, SMS, and data. Now, once the network elements create the data, either the network element pulls the data towards the CM or the mediation zone, or mediation zone will be pulling that data from the network element. So that part can be known as a collected UDR. Now, once it is collected in the CM or the mediation zone, we need to define the process. That process UDR can be anything. It could be the simple process as well based on the business of the project, or it could be the complex process as well, like checking of the duplicate records, checking of the duplicate files. Even some of the projects need a correlation aggregation as well. So it depends upon the business and the project, what the project define, and based on that, we need to define the process into the CM or the mediation zone. Also, it can be also possible the network element is providing you to the different format, but your destination system, it could be the billing system as a destination, or it could be the any other system as well as a destination system, require the different kind of format. So there we call as a convert the CDR, where we can convert the CDR from X format to Y format based on the destination system need. Also, if you are using the standard billing system, the billing format, the billing system required the data to the compatible billing format. Now the network element might be generating the voice usage into the different manner, but the mediation zone or CM can convert into the compatible format for the billing and send all this formatted data towards the destination system or the billing system. This is all from the CM 101 in a webinar session. I would like to conclude with the why you choose the Mobolution for your modern billing journey. So the Population provides you the deep SAP expertise. We do have SAP expertise along with us, which can help you to basically in your implementation of your project or prove the track record in the public cloud implementation. Similarly, Mobolution also help for the change in enablement. So whenever anything changing is happening, there could be the smooth transaction for the business user. Also, we always believe in the C-suite alignment where we focus on the business first and technology second approach. Similarly, we do have a local and global delivery which help the project for the global business environment. Also, we are using the escalators and the tools which reduce the implementation timeline for any of the project. I would again like to thank you all for the webinar session. I would like to conclude here. I was explaining you about the CM101 webinar. I am Nitish Gujarati, manager for the SAP BRIM. Thank you.